8 types of people you should avoid helping in old age. As we age, life allows us to focus on what really matters, and our time, energy, and peace of mind become priceless. While helping others is a virtue, not everyone deserves it. Some will take advantage of your generosity, leaving you emotionally, mentally, or financially exhausted. If you find this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and enable notifications so you never miss an update. First of all, manipulators are among the hardest people to recognize, let alone avoid. Unlike people who are overtly demanding, manipulators subtly incorporate guilt, obligation, and emotional cues into their requests. Rather than asking for assistance directly, they set up circumstances in which refusing them feels like a betrayal or an act of cruelty. For example, a manipulator may say, "You're the only one who understands me," or, "After everything I've done for you, how can you say no?" These claims play on your emotions, making you feel obligated to them or accountable for their welfare. Because of their nurturing tendencies and strong sense of family, older individuals are frequently the targets of manipulators. In the community, manipulators take advantage of your trust and goodwill by framing their requirements as urgent and private, such as when a manipulative relative is involved. May often bring back memories of previous familial ties by mentioning things like, "Helping a manipulator can leave you feeling exhausted, resentful, and used, rather than satisfied that you helped someone in need." This is because, as the family's elder, it is your responsibility to assist them. However, as their requests increase over time, the gratitude you initially received diminishes completely, which is why it is harmful. When manipulators succeed, they usually return with more demands, trapping you in a vicious cycle. What you can do is identify their patterns and ask yourself if their requests are reasonable, if they truly appreciate your assistance, or if they take it for granted, and whether you feel burdened or lifted after dealing with them. Setting limits with manipulators is not selfish, rather, it is self-preservation. When necessary, say no with grace and firmness, and concentrate your efforts on those who truly appreciate your generosity and provide joy to your life. The unending victim. The never-ending narrative of misfortune and self-pity are what the perpetual victim feeds on. As opposed to someone who is temporarily struggling, these people are stuck in a hopeless attitude where they avoid accepting accountability for their deeds and instead place the blame for their issues on outside forces. When you assist a perpetual victim, they don't see it as a chance to change their circumstances. Rather, they use your help to confirm their belief that everything is against them. They may say things like, "I don't know what to do without you," or "Nothing ever goes right for me." For older adults, this dynamic can become draining. The perpetual victim frequently calls for emotional support and talks about the most recent crisis in their life. They expect you to listen to them endlessly without providing any solutions. So instead of looking for ways to improve their situation, they focus on what went wrong and drag you into their downward spiral. This is why helping a perpetual victim doesn't empower them. Instead, it allows their dysfunctional behavior over time, leaving you feeling frustrated and helpless. Over time, their constant neediness can drain your emotional reserves, leaving you trapped in their cycle of crisis, unable to break free from their narrative of despair. Give them some advice and gently urge them to take charge of their lives, but avoid becoming too engaged. Establish limits and let them know you're concerned, but also let them know you can't handle all of their issues. Your compassion is a gift, therefore it's important to save it for those who truly deserve and appreciate it. Concentrate your efforts on those who are willing to help themselves. The third type of person is the chronic complainer, who sees the world through a prism of discontentment, regardless of how much they have, and constantly concentrates on what is lacking. They can complain about anything, from small annoyances to big life events for elderly people. It can be particularly taxing to deal with persistent complainers when you've learnt to. Their negativity can overshadow your hard-earned wisdom. They may continuously complain about how unfair life has been to them, concentrating on issues without ever taking into account answers. A chronic complainer may ask why everything bad always happens to me, or why nothing ever goes as planned. Their complaints require your time and emotional energy, but no matter how much you listen or try to help, they never seem satisfied. Why is it harmful to be around a chronic complainer? Over time, their contagious negativity can leave you feeling exhausted, frustrated, and underappreciated. Their incessant focus on what's wrong can overshadow the peace and joy you've worked so hard to cultivate. Instead, try to steer the conversation towards something positive or solution-focused. If their negativity becomes overwhelming, cut off your interactions with them and surround yourself with positive, inspiring people. Keep in mind that their happiness is their responsibility, not yours. Number 4, or entitled people, live their lives thinking that others owe them something. Being kind is not a gift, rather, it is expected of them. No matter how much you donate, show your thanks. It's never enough that elderly people frequently run against entitled people who take advantage of their kindness in the form of younger family members or friends. These demands might make you feel underappreciated and unappreciated, which is why it's bad. They can say things like, "You have plenty to spare," or "It's your responsibility to help." Your resources are drained by entitled people. Their lack of gratitude for your time, effort, or money without expecting anything in return might cause resentment and make you doubt the worth of your generosity. What you are capable of. Clearly define your boundaries, let people know what they are, and then respect them. Protect your generosity by surrounding yourself with people who genuinely value your contributions, and concentrate on supporting those who express sincere thanks and respect for your work. Generosity is a gift, not a duty. The 5th, the drama seeker drama. Even in the most tranquil circumstances, seekers continuously instigate disagreement and cause difficulties for older adults who are dealing with turmoil. They thrive on commotion. Seekers can be particularly taxing because their never-ending cycles of crisis upend the calm and stability you cherish in a drama. Seekers frequently exaggerate their issues in an attempt to get attention and engagement from others, which is why it's detrimental to become involved in a drama. They may say things like, "You won't believe what happened to me," or "Can you believe how unfair this is?" Seekers can leave you feeling emotionally spent. Their instability frequently overflows into your life, obscuring the peace and happiness you've fought so hard to attain. Take a small break from their drama. Give a few encouraging words, but avoid letting their chaos take up all of your time or feelings. Number 6. Opportunists are people who see relationships as stepping stones for their own gain. They are skilled at spotting what you have to offer, whether it be financial resources, connections, or expertise, and using it to their advantage. Opportunists often present themselves as charming, friendly, and even supportive at first, but their true motivations become clear over time, especially when they only get in touch with you when they need something. For instance, an opportunist might say, "You're so knowledgeable, I'd love your advice on this project." Because of their wealth of resources and experience, older adults are frequently targeted by opportunists who view their generosity as a tool to be used. This is why it's harmful, because opportunists rarely invest in a mutually beneficial relationship. Instead, they use your time, energy, and resources without providing anything in return. Once their true intentions are revealed, you may feel deceived and undervalued. Be wary of people who only show up when they need something. Consider whether the relationship is balanced. Are they genuinely interested in you, or do they see you as a means to an end? Kindly turn down requests that seem exploitative or one-sided. Your time and effort are valuable. Instead of focusing on opportunism, prioritize relationships based on respect and caring for one another. 7th place. Unlike chronic complainers or dramatists, energy vampires sap your emotional supplies through their persistent negativity, neediness, or overwhelming presence. After spending time with them, you may feel exhausted, unmotivated, or even emotionally ill. Seekers' energy vampires aren't always overtly negative. Sometimes their incessant need for approval or confirmation is what wears them out. For instance, an energy vampire may call you at strange hours to talk about their unimportant issues, or insist on your company even when you need to rest. They thrive on your attention frequently without taking into account your needs or boundaries, which is why it's harmful over time. They may also interrupt your quiet moments, insist on lengthy conversations, or demand your involvement in every decision they make. Exhausted, they disturb your tranquility, making it challenging to concentrate on your own requirements and priorities. Older folks are especially susceptible to these depleting factors since they may already value their time and energy more than ever. Set clear boundaries. Let them know when you're unavailable, and be flexible with what you can do. Keep your interactions to a minimum and end talks when they are too much to handle. Protect your emotional health by putting self-care first and associating with positive people. Your emotional reserves are limited, so reserve them for the people and things that make your life more meaningful. The dangerous person. The most toxic people are those who actively cause harm, whether it be mentally, emotionally, or even physically. They go beyond being demanding or draining. They may exhibit aggressive, manipulative, or narcissistic traits, and their actions frequently leave long-lasting wounds. Negative people may minimize your accomplishments, critique your choices, or erode your self-esteem. They may use sarcasm and insults veiled as jokes to make fun of you, or say things like, "You'll never succeed without me." Their main objective is frequently control, which keeps older folks dependent or insecure. Negative people might manifest as domineering friends, controlling relatives, or even poisonous romantic partners. In order to fulfill their own needs, partners take advantage of your generosity or trust, which is why it's damaging. Over time, the presence of toxic people can produce feelings of loneliness, anxiety, or even melancholy. They also destroy your self-esteem, drain your emotional reserves, and create a poisonous environment from which it is difficult to escape. What you can do is identify the warning symptoms of behavior. Someone is not a good influence if they constantly make you feel horrible about yourself. Your well-being is not negotiable, so try to keep as much distance from people as you can. Restrict your interactions, and if necessary, break off all contact. You can also look for aid from professionals, family members, or trustworthy friends who can guide you through the problem. Be in the company of individuals who inspire you, encourage and honor you. Letting go of toxic relationships is a step toward finding serenity and happiness again in your golden years. Your time and energy are precious. Use them for things and people that bring you joy. Happiness and contentment. If this video was helpful to you, please hit the like button, leave a comment with your ideas, and subscribe for more updates. Let go of relationships that drain or hurt you, and embrace the wisdom and peace you've earned.